What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me just confirm that the stream health is up and running and smooth. And then we will get into this crazy circus that's going on right now. This absurd, wild shooting that took place at the YouTube headquarters. We appear to be live. Just want to confirm, make sure the stream is good. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's jump right into the mania.
Our nation is heading in the wrong direction, and our nation is heading in the wrong direction, and we need change, guys. We need to seriously band together.
How you feeling right now, dude?
I'm so ready. Like, I want it to be like the movies. It just goes to show like how much more serious this gets every single day, and how we all need to do our part in making America a safer place. Oh my God! This one's the best. This one's the best. I feel like Al Capone. We have to make change, and we can no longer be silent about these types of things. Okay, so this is where my leg tattoo is going. Oh, that's big. I feel like this one's gonna hurt.
Clean them up first.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good.
Whoa, dude. Oh, man. That's a big tat.
Oh my God, that was legit. Oh, it's filthy.
Am I cool? I'm cool, right?
No.
This type of shit is unacceptable.
So at this point, everybody wants to blame somebody. I want to make sure that the health of the stream is doing okay. We're having a few buffering issues. I'm going to assume that it is caused by the processing and not the internet connection. But yeah, we should be back now. Just want to confirm. So anyways, all right, we're back. So look, listen, this is crazy. So Jake Paul, as you guys just saw in that video, he loves guns. It's what he does. But unfortunately, even though I'm pretty sure that Jake Paul knows deep down that guns are not really the problem here, Jake Paul still had to cave in to the gun grabbers who were pressuring him. A few weeks ago, Jake Paul released a 15-minute long mini documentary about the Parkland school shooting, but liberals were fucking furious. Jake Paul's video about school shootings doesn't involve any actual gun control. And they were angry that Jake Paul would say that we should have bulletproof windows in classroom doors, that we should have local solutions and mental health preventative strategies. The gun grabbing maniacs were so angry that even though Jake Paul did not mention any explicit gun control solutions in his video about the Parkland shooting, Jake Paul just a few hours later had to post a tweet saying, no, I totally support gun control, see? And even though he didn't put it in his original video, the angry gun-grabbing mafia put the pressure on him, and Jake Paul had to come out with this tweet and say, well, gun reform changes we need, in my opinion. Be at least 21 to buy a gun. Go through a 6-month minimum course, similar to a driver's license course. Professional mental health evaluation. Ban gun shows now? Are you crazy? So this is Jake Paul after the fact. Okay, look, here on Twitter, here's the timeline. First he posts a YouTube video, a 15-minute long video where he doesn't mention gun control. And then a few hours later the same day in a tweet he says, oh yeah, of course I support gun control, because the anti-gun mafia got to him. And of course, as you guys may have already seen, Jake Paul released a video today about the YouTube shooting, and he's basically saying we need change now. Normally I wouldn't care because I think Jake, he seems to like guns. He seems to enjoy shooting guns. He knows that guns are just inanimate objects. As long as you use them properly, there's really no danger. Let me check the health of the stream here real quick. All right, we're doing good. Despite that, when you start pushing gun control, it gets a little bit ridiculous. Let me go ahead and play this video that I played at the start real quick, and then we're going to get into the alleged female shooter. Some reports are confirming she's the shooter. We're going to get into that now, and whether or not she was just angry at a boyfriend, as initial reports claimed, or if there's more to it. Some people claiming she was pissed off about YouTube demonetization and censorship. But let's watch this first.
Our nation is heading in the wrong direction, and we need change, guys. We need to seriously band together.
How you feeling right now, dude?
I'm so ready. Like, I want it to be like the movies. It just goes to show like how much more serious this gets every single day, and how we all need to do our part in making America a safer place. Oh my God! This one's the best. This one's the best. I feel like Al Capone. We have to make change, and we can no longer be silent about these types of things. Okay, so this is where my leg tattoo is going. Oh, that's big. I feel like this one's gonna hurt.
Clean them up first.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good.
Whoa, dude. Oh, man. That's a big tat.
Oh my God, that's legit. Oh, it's filthy.
Am I cool? I'm cool, right?
No.
This type of shit is unacceptable.
So
our nation is heading in the...
Clearly a pro-gun kind of guy, but you can't come out and then shit all over the Second Amendment. You just can't do that. It's crazy. All right, let me double check the health of the stream, make sure we're doing good. It looks, every time I start playing the video, it seems that the stream just crashes. So I know that little tidbit for future reference. But now we are going to get into the alleged shooter, which is a whole circus on its own. Just give me a second while I wait for the stream to smoothen out again. In fact, let me X this thing out. Let me just X that out. Just give me a second. Waiting for the stream to smooth out. It's kind of, all right. We're just going to have to keep moving forward anyways, because I'm sure some of you guys could probably read this fine. All right, so the alleged shooter. Now, before I get into the alleged shooter, there's something else I have to point out. The timing of this tragic YouTube shooting is very convenient for the gun-grabbing crowd. The people who want to take guns and gun rights and self-defense rights away from you. This YouTube shooting came at a good time for them, unfortunately, and sickeningly, that they would think that such a tragic event came in a good sense, exploiting tragedies. But there was a post a few days ago on Medium, how YouTube's AI boosts alternative facts. YouTube's recommendation AI is designed to maximize the time users spend online. Fiction outperforms reality. And in the video, in this article, the conclusion is that out of Google and the YouTube search feature, YouTube's algorithm is designed to move people towards alternative facts and fake news and conspiracy theories as people watch videos on YouTube. The article was condemning YouTube, claiming that YouTube was enabling fake news and conspiracy theories. The article is condemning YouTube as enabling fake news. Okay? Now, the first example the article gives is basic facts. Is the earth flat or round? The flat earth conspiracy. And according to the article, percentage of results in favor of the flat earth theory. Well, if you went to a normal Google search and you typed in flat earth, according to this article, only 20% of the results from a Google search were pro flat earth theory. If you went to youtube.com and you performed a search for the flat earth theory, only 35% came back pro flat earth. But if you are talking about the YouTube recommendations algorithm, meaning, when you're done watching a video or on the sidebar, there's a bunch of videos recommended for you, including the autoplay feature. If you're talking about videos that are automatically and algorithmically recommended to you by YouTube, 90%, according to this article, of recommended YouTube videos were pro flat earth theory. They were in support of the flat earth theory. So it goes on to the next one. Religion, who is the Pope? And again, Google search, YouTube search, and YouTube recommendation search, as you can see, the YouTube recommendation algorithm that automatically recommends videos for you is much more likely to recommend videos that take you down the dangerous rabbit hole of fake news and conspiracy theories. And it goes on and on and on. Again, with climate change, is global warming real? Again, the YouTube search overwhelmingly puts you. So this guy's angry, again, Pizzagate conspiracy. This article is trashing YouTube because YouTube is basically signal boosting alternative facts, which is really just alternative opinions. I thought we were still allowed to have different opinions. We're not allowed to have different opinions anymore because that's liberal. Nothing says liberal like fascistically deeming anything you disagree with alternative facts and trying to crush it. So the timing, so what this article shows is that the establishment, they actually view YouTube as dangerous. They view YouTube as a bad thing. They don't like that YouTube is so sympathetic algorithmically to alternative facts. Let me just confirm that the stream is still functioning here, and it looks like it is. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. So YouTube being this sore thumb sticking out that the establishment just wants to crush into place and make it, totally in alignment with the mainstream establishment narrative about every single topic that exists out there, they view YouTube as a bit of a problem. And it is sickeningly good timing for the gun grabbers, the people who want to take your guns, okay, which really they just want to destroy your soul. That's what taking the guns is all about. The gun control agenda is not about firearms. It's about killing that individualistic, take it upon yourself, rugged individualistic mentality. They don't want you taking life into your own hands. They don't want you being an empowered person. They want you cowering and whimpering in a corner, calling 911, calling the government to come and save you when something bad's happening. They don't want you picking up a gun and taking self-defense and self-preservation into your own hands. That's what gun control is about. It's not about the guns. It's about what the guns represent. And they represent people who are not passive, obedient slaves. And that's what they want. They want you to be a passive, obedient slave. They want you literally cowering and whimpering in a corner, calling 911, the government, to come and save you instead of you saving yourself. So, for the gun grabbers, this whole thing, this tragic, shooting at the YouTube headquarters has come for a very opportune time for the gun grabbers, because YouTube, like this article says, YouTube right now is viewed as something that is giving too much exposure to any alternative ideas and theories and alternative facts that the establishment doesn't want circulating amongst the rest of the population. So this is convenient because now, for the gun grabbers, you're going to see a lot of big name YouTubers come out and say guns are bad, we got to crack down on the guns. So now YouTube is going to be able to position itself, YouTubers are going to be able to position the gun control debate heavily in their favor because, oh look, there was a terrible shooting and it was a tragic shooting, and they're gonna use and manipulate the tragic event that took place today. Not YouTube in general, but individual YouTubers who have an anti-gun agenda. They're gonna come out and they're gonna start saying how guns are bad and we need change immediately and blah 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 blah. So now we come to the alleged shooter. ABC 7 News, San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose has put out a report. Sources: YouTube shooter identified as user Nassim Agdam. And according to the ABC 7 report, they seem to have all but confirmed that this is the shooter, but for now we're going to refer to Nassim Agdam as the alleged shooter for now. Apparently, Nassim Agdam had a YouTube account, and there's a lot of videos now of it, and the alleged female shooter was a user of the YouTube platform. Nassim Agdam has a website with an alleged manifesto that targets YouTube for censorship and demonetization of her video content. Agdam is said to have no relationship with anyone in the YouTube facility. So original reports claim that she was disgruntled and she shot her boyfriend. I don't even know where that came from. That just don't even know where that came from. Now, apparently, as people have been digging in, this alleged shooter had a YouTube account posting videos with titles like "I'm being discriminated," filtered on YouTube. Her Instagram account full of very strange pictures. Here's one random video.
They only won. So recently, they also attacked my Persian channel, Nassim Sabs. And if you go and check my videos, you see that my new videos hardly get views, and my old videos that used to get many views stopped getting views. So this is because I'm being filtered. And another thing, they age restricted my ab workout video.
So as you can see, the alleged female shooter, Nassim Agdam, posted one of many videos and shared many things talking about how she was disgruntled and angry because of YouTube censorship. A lot of allegations. People are saying she was a vegan, so of course now people are like, you see, vegans are crazy, radical maniacs. Well, okay, well, I'm sure most mass shooters are meat eaters, so that's really a pointless non-argument. We also have the irony that when details of the shooter's identity were first circulating amongst media outlets, the shooter was referred to as a white woman with a headscarf. Yeah, you could have just said probably some type of Islamic cultural background woman with a headscarf, but no, they said a white woman. They're like, just stick with the pigment. She might look Iranian, she might have a headscarf, but just stick with the pigment. She's white. Oh, they're so desperate. But that's what happens. White liberals in power, man. They just white liberals in power, man. They love shitting on the lower class whites. So that they'll do anything to blame it on white people. Apparently, this is the website of the alleged female shooter. Just weird. The whole thing is just weird. Everything is weird about it. Again, more complaints about YouTube censorship. She even linked to a video from Casey Neistat titled "What the F YouTube? taking away monetization. So again, this is a problem that so many people have had with YouTube over the past year. From Casey Neistat, however you pronounce his name, to Philip DeFranco, to basically everybody who's anybody on YouTube, even people with millions and millions of subscribers like Casey Neistat, complaining about the demonetization crisis, asking YouTube what the hell is going on, talking about the censorship. And this is apparently the website of the alleged female shooter, and she's linking Casey Neistat videos amongst others. People saying that their channels are being censored, etc., etc., etc. So again, initial reports talking about how she was going after her boyfriend or something totally seem to overlook all this other stuff that, according to ABC 7 News, the shooter was a YouTuber. News sources confirmed the YouTube shooter was also a user of the platform. Nasim Agdam has a website with an alleged manifesto that targets YouTube for censorship and demonetization of her content. So, definitely need to look into the motive to see. Obviously, at the end of the day, whatever a person's motive is, anybody willing to go shoot a place up because they don't like the way things are going is a madman. And in this case, is a mad woman. And none of their supposed justifications ever actually justify their crazy, barbaric, and sickening actions. At the end of the day, you're dealing with a crazy person. That's what you're dealing with here. A total nut job. And if you look at some of her website content, this person acted completely crazy. So it's very bizarre. But again, this is the stuff that's coming out. ABC 7. She embedded videos from the biggest YouTubers on the platform in her website, including massive creator Casey Neistat. In them, they talk about the YouTube adpocalypse, where many users seeing massive dips in traffic, subscriber count loss, and demonetization of video. Neistat has more than 9 million subscribers and made a famous video about the YouTube ad revenue scare for creators. So, all this stuff is online. There's no real point in me going over all the little details and stuff. Let me just double check the health of the live stream here real quick. Good, we are in business. So, yeah, I just wanted to do this quick live stream just to get the word out, just to talk about it a little bit, because it is a big deal. It really is. You're talking about a huge cultural center mecca called YouTube, which is one of the most powerful and influential platforms on the face of the planet today. It's impressive. And you have a lot of crossroads here right now. You got, Jake Paul and coming out saying, we got to do something. And he puts out a tweet a few weeks ago saying, we need to ban gun shows. And he was clearly being pressured. Clearly he was being pressured to say something anti-gun. And you have all the gun grabbers coming out and saying it's guns' fault, it's guns' fault. And you just can't blame the inanimate objects. I mean, I went over all this crap earlier, so I'm not going to repeat it. So it is crazy what's going on right now, and we're gonna see how many big name YouTubers come out now and say it's the guns' fault and we gotta go after the guns and it's so bad. Let's see how many come out. Jake Paul already did it. So we shall see. We shall see what the fallout is going to be from this. How people choose to politicize a tragedy and blame it on inanimate objects. And you guys know my whole shtick. I mean, I'm not going to repeat myself here. Oh, you can fucking, pressure cooker bomb, or you can just use a truck. I mean, I've said it a million times. The guns are not the main issue here, but let me jump into the chat here real quick. The dietary practice of peace strikes again. Hashtag veganism is terrorism. I mean, most mass shooters are probably meat eaters, so it's literally the dumbest thing to say. Someone says, Red Pill, please address the blatant anti-Semitism amongst your fans. Would you go to a black supremacist YouTube channel and demand that they address the rampant, blatant racism and racial supremacy in their channels? Or for that matter, a lot of the black supremacists are blatant anti-Semites themselves. Will you go to the black supremacist YouTube channels, the We Was Kangs YouTube channels, and demand that they address the racist anti-Semitism? If not, then you're a literal racist hypocrite and you're not worth responding to. Somebody says soy diets usually lead to mass shootings and violent behavior. That's ironic because meat-eating diets are literally mass shootings and violent behavior. You're mass bolt gunning cows in the head to eat them, and you're violently enslaving creatures to consume them as well. So it's pretty violent in and of itself. Someone said he's vegan triggered, ha ha ha. Come on, meat eaters, stop pretending. Stop pretending like you're not triggered. An armed society is a polite society, a simple truth we have forgotten. That is I would say that's true. What about UFC 223? I mean, what about it? Tony Ferguson pulled out. Fuck. Max Holloway. You know, look. Hey, man, if Khabib is fighting, I'm down. Dilbert says, get a Big Mac on me. Probably not, but, you know, I'm not 100% vegan. I still have my cheat days. I still fuck up occasionally, so who knows, I might go to a Big Mac. Jesus Christ. Somebody says, Chris, if not guns, then what's your opinion on the cause of these shootings? I mean, look, it's not guns. I mean, guns don't cause it. No more than trucks cause it when they plow through 100 people like they did in Nice, France about a year ago. Killed like 100 and some people. On average, truck attacks, I think, statistically are more lethal than mass shootings on average. They are just more effective than guns. Guns are surprisingly not that effective when it comes to these mass rampages. God, I gotta stretch my legs out because I'm fucking sitting cross-legged here for like an hour now. Fucking losing circulation and shit. Ouch. Man, I don't know, bro. What do you guys think? Man, I don't even know. This is crazy, bro. Somebody says she was vegan. Ban all plants. Was the Chinese space station a hoax? I don't know, bro. I really don't know. Yeah, we was really uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't. What are my favorite Flat Earth channels? Eric Dubay, ODD TV, Jeranism, Mark Sargent, Rob Skiba. There's another channel, Truth is Stranger Than Fiction, I think it's called. It's pretty good. Yep. It's crazy, man. My only question is how has YouTube stayed running throughout this whole situation? They're just like there literally wasn't even a single hitch during the entire episode. So hey, props to YouTube for having for keeping things running, keeping the lights on during a freaking active shooting. Let me just double check the health of the live stream here and make sure it's doing good. Okay, we are doing good. Let's get back over here. Somebody says, I actually tried being vegan once. A week later, I felt sick as fuck. I had the flu. Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes when people go vegan and they eat things like Jimmy the Pirate, who super chatted, just mentioned potatoes, seaweed, beans, corn, rice, barley. When people eat vegan foods and they say that they get super sick and ill, I do have a theory that the reason their health goes to shit, and it's just a theory, and I'm not imposing my belief on other people's diets, but it's just a theory I have. The reason some people, they say, oh, my hair fell out and I was so sick and frail, I think it's because deep down you still have a craving for animal corpse. And until you, at a consciousness level, have a paradigm shift where you say, I do not want to eat tortured dead animals anymore, until you leave the cult of animal sacrifice, blood ritual sacrifice, until you have a consciousness shift, I don't think you're going to be able to eat a vegan diet and be healthy on average. I think you're probably going to have some health problems, and it's because you still cling to a desire for dead, tortured animals. There's still something deep in who you are at an identity level where you still crave dead, tortured animals. So you have to overcome that craving for dead, tortured animals in order for you to probably feel healthy in a vegan diet. You know, a lot of people, when they go vegan, they talk about how they feel light and springy and full of energy and light and clean and springy. And I definitely feel that way too when I'm on a vegan diet. But I'll tell you, when I cheat on the vegan diet and I start eating, you know, animal products like animal flesh, it's a very heavy type of food. It grounds you. It settles heavy on the bottom of your stomach and it holds you down to the earth. It's a very grounding food, animal flesh is. And I think that's part of what people crave. People actually crave that heaviness. It's a grounding. It cements you in the physical world. Eating tortured dead animal flesh cements you in the physical world. Well, apparently I heard that the shooter, the YouTube shooter, Nassim Agdam, is Iranian, I heard. Somebody asked, do the animals have to be tortured? yeah, you know, they don't have to be tortured. But I do think even if you treat the animal really, really well and it lives to the end of its days and it dies of natural causes and then you eat its corpse, that's better than torturing them in a concentration camp, factory farm. But I still think there's still that part of you that sees the corpse of a formerly living being and says, I crave that corpse. So I still think it may not hurt the animal because the animal lived a great life and then it died of natural causes like it would have inevitably. So it had a perfect life. And when you're eating it, you're not causing any suffering to it. But in terms of what it says about who you are still internally, I think that you still have a problem. You still like eating like formerly living corpses. There's still a problem there. Man, I'm telling you, man, I don't even know what to say, bro. I'm just like so blown out by this whole YouTube story. This whole YouTube shooting thing is just such a crazy and tragic story. It's really crazy. Thank you, Astrid. Someone says corpse only tastes good with salt and seasonings. That's generally true, isn't it? But, quote, someone says murder tastes so good. Vegan diet. People are really obsessing about the fact that she was a PETA animal rights activist and a vegan. I saw a four-legged spider like a few hours ago, and it just gave me goosebumps. A four-legged spider, just crash. Just what the fuck? Spider has four legs. I didn't know spiders had four legs. What the hell was that? It's funny. Someone's accusing Keemstar, you're profiting off this tragedy, making videos about it. Well, you better go get angry at the mainstream media because that's all they do, and they've been doing it. They mastered the art of shamelessly covering tragedies. And they not only mastered it, but they monetized the hell out of it. The mainstream media did. So let's check out the tweets and replies here. Look, man, it's human nature. When something bad happens, people want to know what's going on. I just don't understand what the complaint is. People need to know. They need to be. I mean, it's just if somebody trips and falls at your job, everyone's gonna be talking about it and fucking musing about it for like fucking 5-10 minutes. Okay, so it's just what we do, man. It's self-preservation. It's just to keep a tab on things. The mainstream media, the news, is just a more organized, pre-planned extension of that basic human tribal instinct. Anyway, so of course we also had reports that the alleged female shooter's YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, all her social media profiles were getting deleted quickly after the shooting. And it's ridiculous because the public has a natural vested interest to know what's going on. So I don't understand. They're always cracking down. It's just weird. Let me hit up the homepage, see if there's any interesting updates, developments. Donald Trump Jr. Tweets out, "You think there's any chance whatsoever that a mass shooter's hateful Instagram and YouTube channels would be pulled immediately if they were NRA members as opposed to liberal vegan PETA activists asking for a few million friends in the NRA?" Clearly lost. Again, Iranian female vegan PETA animal rights activist, disgruntled YouTuber, decides to use the inanimate object of a firearm to act out her disgruntled, angry schemes and plots. And somehow that's the NRA's fault. Somehow the NRA is a terrorist organization because a disgruntled vegan animal rights activist, Iranian woman, decides to go crazy. Let me ask you, if we banned all guns and the alleged female shooter decided to use a Ford truck to run people over and kill them, which is actually very effective in terror attacks seen in Nice, France, over 100 killed in a truck attack. Very effective trucks are, tragically. Is Ford a terrorist organization for supplying people with fucking trucks? Oh. And people will say, "Oh, but Chris, at least trucks have a use other than, shooting and killing people." Well, number one, guns are not only used for inflicting harm, or rather, they're used for reasons other than hurting innocent people. Guns are often used to save lives. They're not just used to kill the innocent, they're used to save lives. In fact, you can use a gun to stop some madman wielding a knife, because no one's calling to ban knives. So you can use a gun to neutralize somebody who's coming at you with a legal knife. But the point is, and the overall reason why gun control is so fucking stupid, is because even if you say guns are the problem and you tried to ban them, you can just 3D print them nowadays, and the technology's only going to get better, faster, sooner. Or you can use a pressure cooker bomb. And so the point is that gun control just doesn't work. It never will. It doesn't freaking work. So it's the NRA's fault. Okay, stupid. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, it's just so much absurd shit. So Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan says it's bad when the NRA, gets riled up after a shooting because they're going out and they're going onto the internet and they're defending themselves, just defending themselves relentlessly against the left's attack on guns, trying to take guns, gun control measures. Can you blame people? Can you blame NRA members and gun supporters for defending themselves against the onslaught of political attacks by the left, which politicizes the hell out of these tragic events? Can you blame them? You can't. Somebody here, Tina Patel, reporter for CBS 2, breaking, just spoke to the father of Nassim Agdam. He says his daughter had been missing for several days. When cops found her in NorCal last night, he warned them she was angry with YouTube. So this person here probably just went completely off the fucking deep end, went completely crazy. Let me jump back into the chat for a moment here. See what's going on. Let me make sure the health of the stream is good. Apparently the health of the stream just implodes every time a video plays, so that's all you need to know. yeah. Anyways, says the health of the stream is a little sketchy at the moment, but that's okay. We are just going to wait a moment for that to kick back in. It's because I was playing that video, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and X out all these excess windows here so we can keep the stream health good. But yeah, this is just crazy. This is just absurd. But this is what we're dealing with, so. Looks like the health of the stream is back. Let me jump back into the chat. It is late. 1:35 a.m., bro. I'm fucking tired, I'll tell you that. I'm sleepy. Anyways, listen, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it all. Thank you to the super chatters. You guys are always awesome and appreciated. I think it's time to say goodnight, guys. We'll see if there's any more developments tomorrow morning. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Anybody asking about the t-shirt, obviously you know where to get it. It's Trump 2020, finally someone with balls. The link is right there in the description below. Get yourself one of these incredible shirts right now. You won't regret it. Again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Have yourselves a good night, and we'll see what happens in the meantime regarding this track.